The thirst
God damn
is
it.
absolutely real, everybody. I am Sir Aaron Carter, and you're listening to Before You Log Off. And it might be the final show because we're getting sued by multiple people. So let's go ahead and get the introductions out of the way. I'm here with internationally known Steven Gutierrez.
Hey, what's up? I'm probably suing us. Just FYI.
And the other person in the lawsuit, of course, Toughest Stones, Rachel.
I am not a part of the lawsuit. I'm an outside party, not
you're
involved
not?
whatsoever.
Oh, you're not? You're not a part of the lawsuit? Because last time I checked, you were.
Yeah, this all
Fake
happened
news.
because of you.
Exactly.
It's your fault. Yeah.
Because of my
Problematic.
fire puns. My puns saved the day. They're like, you know what? You're so punny, Rachel. We're excluding you from the lawsuit. You're safe. You're good.
You're literally the reason why they're calling it harassment.
Harassment.
Verbal punishment harassment is what they've specifically highlighted in the lawsuit. And
you should have never touched that bus full of Olympian swimmers.
we're gonna have to get a third party mediator in here to come and talk to you about your puns. So it's crazy. It's crazy.
I know. Me bullying someone, that doesn't sound like me. You, on the other hand, who loves the bully romance. I feel like that's more up your alley.
Love,
I feel like
love is a strong word for bully romances with me.
no, I know you're all about that. You read that bully romance. You were like doing your full-on review. You were raving about it. You were talking about it nonstop for like about a week.
First of all, it was literally because I was spoon feeding it to somebody else because they wanted to live vicariously through me. That's one.
Sounds like bullying, sir.
Two, I have a kind of fascination with terrible writing. So that's why I was interested in that. It's all basically to make me a better writer. That's all that is. And three, it's like a #1 best-selling New York Times seller. You can't just pass that. I mean, think about it. If it's out there on the list, you got to at least give it props for that. All right then. All right then. There you go.
Review of
There
the
you
book
go.
Twilight.
There you go.
This is terrible.
There you go. I also like to give a special hello to our chat. If you guys aren't watching us live on twitch.tv/before you log off, you're doing yourself a disservice because you're missing out on our pretty faces.
What are you even doing with your life then if you're not here?
Yeah.
Exactly. Exactly. And Beth down there. Beth down there is such a integral part to this whole operation because she keeps us in line, and I don't know what we would do without her. Like, there would be no show
as we normally do.
No, there would be no show. There would be no show.
Yeah, she's working with HR to keep Rachel out of jail.
Exactly.
Wow.
Exactly. All the advances that Rachel keeps, putting towards her. It's like, good Lord, keep it in your pants.
What's wrong with you?
Here's proof. Because like I said, we stream on twitch.tv/before you log off. Can't plug that enough. Every single time that we're streaming and we're playing on the game, who's flirting back and forth? Huh? Huh, Rachel?
Rachel?
Who's flirting back and forth? Out of the BYLO quartet here. Out of the four of us.
Oh, me and Beth?
Yeah. Am I wrong?
Leave her alone.
Am I wrong?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Am I wrong? Yeah, I don't think I'm wrong on that.
Yeah,
one.
you're wrong, man.
Yeah, I got the receipts. Everybody,
You got the receipts?
Yes.
Get out of here.
So speaking of lawsuits, everybody, Marvel is in a little tiny bit of trouble. We'll get to the big ones. Yeah. Well, Disney, I would say Disney. Thank you. Sorry. It seems that ScarJo is not really happy about her kind of raw deal that she got with them releasing the Black Widow movie on Disney Plus.
I actually have to go real quick.
What?
Somebody rang the doorbell. I will be right back. I'm so sorry.
Mid-show. We do this every
I'm sorry. Somebody
week.
rang the doorbell. I have
Wow.
to
Go get the door. Go get the door. We will continue on without you.
She's just know we're going to talk shit
all the way
all
through.
day.
And you guys wonder why she's the only one listed on the The lawsuit.
Good Lord.
So yes, as King Chris in chat said, ScarJo did get hosed in this deal. So basically what happened was ScarJo lost out on a lot of money because they released simultaneously the Black Widow movie in theater and on Disney Plus. You can pay, what was it, $30 to watch it on Disney Plus for the or you can just go to the movie theaters, which there wasn't a lot of people, I think, that did that. So the box office wasn't as booming as it used to. As you guys know, we are still in the midst of a pandemic, and people weren't really getting out and doing their thing like they were. So she didn't get paid as much as she should have, I say, or how much she could have gotten. But did we even talk about the Black Widow movie?
No, because we didn't have a podcast last week.
No, yeah,
So-
I don't remember if we did or not.
Mhm.
No.
We were saving it for today for us to talk about it on the podcast. People have been asking us during stream though. And I shut that down. I was like, no, you gotta come to the podcast to hear our thoughts.
So let's knock this one out the park real quick, because the BYLO crew got together and we watched it on like the third day it was out or something like that. It was a weekend or something. But
Yeah, if Steven almost never showed up.
What?
Oh, he
What?
was late. He was
You
late.
were late 2 hours.
Okay. All right. Well, that's okay. I took a nap, and
You're
it
supposed to meet up at 7. He didn't show up until 10.
it turned out I went into full REM sleep. Okay, it's not my fault.
That's 100% your fault.
It's not. No, it's society's.
Wow.
Don't ask
So what-
questions. Just know it's society.
What did we think about the Black Widow movie then? Rachel, what was your initial thoughts of the movie?
I mean, I feel like I've already seen it because I feel like the story is actually really similar to X-Men 2 plotline.
Okay.
Like,
How so?
What is it?
Elaborate, please.
all right. So they're all after an old man who's taking children and doing experiments on them and training them to be like weapons. Wait, what does that look for? What are you doing that look for?
I'm intrigued. What do you mean? I'm waiting on you to finish your whole thing. I'm intrigued.
And the main character, they're kind of a loner. They don't really talk about their past. They're kind of a mysterious character, and they have to go find the old man and basically face their past and figure out more of what's actually happening. There's also, what is it? Spoiler for Taskmaster. Is that his name?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, so basically that old man took their kid, made them basically mute and brain dead, and just trained them to be like this killing machine. And that's like the big bad guy at the very end that the main person has to face and fight.
You know what? Those were all very good points.
Yeah.
Yeah, well thought
Yeah.
out. Didn't see that before. Confirmed. Black
Yeah,
Widow is just X2.
It is. It's just
Same
just
movie.
updated.
Same movie.
It really felt like the same movie to me, but I didn't hate it. I liked it, but I think it was also because of the Russian family with Yelena, Melina, and then oh my god, what was his name?
Red Guardian.
The Red Guardian.
Red Guardian. I absolutely love those three, and I would love to see more of them. So I hope they're I know Yelena, she's definitely going to be in more movies, but I want to see all three of them together and do something again. It was very good.
Sorry. Cut you guys out for a second there. No, you're
You
fine.
didn't zoom in on my dress forms, but
We are
Yeah.
professionals.
So with all that being said, I 100% agree with you. Yelena was the highlight for me too.
Yeah.
Florence is such a good actress, so I'm really glad they picked her.
Yeah, she killed that role. Like I can't wait to see her in the future and no more Marvel stuff. If anybody had the torch past her, it was good. It was good. Steven, what'd you think about it?
I think this is the first thing I've ever seen Florence Pugh in. Is that her last name? Pugh?
Pew. Yeah, I think
Yeah.
so. That's how I say it, at least.
Yeah.
This is the first thing I've seen her in, and she stole the show. She honestly did. Honestly, could care less for the other two.
What? Even Red Guardian? He was so funny, though.
Yep, like he's all right.
Damn.
Like it wasn't like he got beat up most of the movie.
He did.
He did.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did.
So it's just like I
It
don't
was
know,
the ladies that kicked butt. It was a very pro
it was
ladies movie.
it was a good movie. No, I feel like the mom did nothing either.
What?
And she did
Like-
stuff. She took
feel
down
like
the
the mom did
whole
nothing too.
thing. She took
feel
down
like
the whole.
Everything is her fault.
I mean, it was, yeah, but then she tried to fix it by
And
helping them out.
She did nothing that any one of those characters could. Basically, Aaron's same argument for Loki, I'm using right here.
No,
I don't think
definitely
so
different.
because they needed people that were close to them. So like they could have like changed like the person, but it would still have to be somebody that was close to them, and that would also
Could've
actually like care. That would actually care about ScarJo and like Yelena.
Could have been Hawkeye.
No,
He wasn't that close. He couldn't get them to be like to their secret
could've been
base
Hawkeye.
there. couldn't
She
get them to their
worked.
secret base.
She worked for them. It was an inside job type of thing, and then she still had a connection with the family as being from that mission. The only thing I wish they would have done is like made that mission like say they had stayed 5 years together because they were only like what 3 years or 2 years or something like that together, and I was like.
I think so, yeah.
That's cool, but that wasn't like a long time for them to really like gel as a family, I guess. Like
I feel like for Yelena, yeah.
for Yelena, yeah, because she was left out of the picture. They didn't tell her about all this stuff.
She was like a baby when that all
like
happened.
this is my family, and that's for sure. But like the parents and stuff like that, like
Well, it's because he had to pose as a family, and you know what? Nothing stronger than family.
You were waiting on that one, weren't you?
She was. Squiggle
Yes, she
set her up.
was.
And
Yes,
she
she
spiked
was.
it down.
I did.
Yeah, that's the problem. That's why we're being sued.
You could replace it. You're telling me out of all the technology in this universe, fucking Shield with their helicarriers in space couldn't detect a flying fortress?
That was the only
Apparently
thing.
Are you
Yeah, that was
telling
the
me
only. Well,
Hawkeye
here's the
know
thing.
them
Here's the
could've did
thing.
This whole thing.
How do you know? How do you know that thing wasn't put up in the air after Shield fell? Because remember, this is in between, so Shield is already gone.
Yeah.
So they could have put it up in the air after that. They didn't say it was flying around the whole time.
Civil War, right?
This is
it was
after,
right after
Civil War.
And
Was it before or
wasn't
after?
Shield reestablished right after?
Shield still isn't reestablished. Remember?
Isn't it? Isn't it? I thought they were reestablished. They came back. Nick Fury came back and saved fucking Age of Ultron and all those people with a helicarrier.
Age of Ultron
yeah, but this was after that.
Is way before that. You gotta think the next movie after Civil War is Infinity War.
Yes.
That's it. There's no Shield then. There's just the U.S. government trying to hunt them down.
When did Shield get disbanded? I'm confused.
And Captain America: The Winter Soldier.
Yes, and then
That's it. And then they never came back.
Came back.
I
could have swore Age of Ultron, because Age of Ultron's after those other ones.
So then maybe they went down. When did they go down? Because they
Right? Am I crazy? Hold on. Like I need some chat needs to like weigh in on this.
No,
like,
you're right in the timeline.
now?
No, you're right in the timeline. But I know they went down because Shield was gone.
Because Winter Soldier and everything crashed, right? And Nick Fury does a thing where he burns all his identities and all that BS, right? Then he comes back to save him in Age of Ultron.
But I don't think was he like working alone though? He wasn't part of Shield.
No, he had a whole helicarrier being piloted by Shield agents. Maria Hill was there.
They went down.
Maybe it was like a separate agency, like the people
Terrible.
who were part of Shield and were still good or something. Because after that movie, they never like really like brought back Shield. Like it was just gone. And then we see like was it in like the other movies? He's working on like some space thing with a scroll. So it might be that his new team that he's forming.
No, because no, because Infinity War, remember him and Maria Hill get fucking snapped, and they're together in like a Shield vehicle.
Yeah, because they had leftover gear that they stole.
Shield
established. I don't know if they're. I don't know.
I feel like
I don't know if Shield is still established though. That's the thing.
I don't think they're as trusted with the government because of the stuff.
Yeah,
that
see,
happened.
because even in chat, Snoke is saying Shield didn't come back. Fury just came back to help.
Yeah, I think it was just stuff that he like had and like already on hand, or things that he took like during the downfall of of Shield. You know. I don't think like Shield itself actually came back.
But that
Yeah, see,
I
they're
don't know
just
about
using
that,
resources
because
they had.
we're also supposed to believe that he has a fucking spaceship in the sky.
Yeah, but Shield didn't know about that.
I don't know about that. I
That's a.
don't know about that.
I'd have to look because I could have swore
That seems like
somebody.
a separate side project.
If it's what?
I mean, he's got a lot of resources.
But fucking NASA would be able to pick shit up like that.
NASA can't do shit. They could barely go to the moon.
Well, that's because it's funding.
All
yeah,
right.
but they could barely go to the moon.
So let's see. What are they saying in the chat?
I'm just saying.
Cap would have never let Shield come back after the events of Winter Soldier. During the mid-credit scenes featuring Sharon Carter, the Falcon and Winter Soldier finale confirmed that Shield still exists within the MCU. So says Google. That's on the Falcon and Winter Soldier.
So that's after the events of.
That's the answer of everything.
Of everything, yes.
Of everything.
So I'm just in this timeline, Civil War happens, the Avengers is disbanded, but I think Shield is still established.
So if Shield is all around during this whole thing, how has no one questioned anything throughout the whole thing about their interaction?
They may have like question, was it like that flying helicarrier or whatever above Russia, but it's also a different government. Shield is only part of America, right?
I think their world. I don't think they're American. I think they are still world, because it's anything on the planet Earth.
Well, I don't know how like he was able to hide it, but like even Black Widow, she didn't know, and she like knows a lot of like Shield secrets.
But she doesn't have resources she had before. That's why, like,
she was on the run right then. But like,
yeah.
But he was like reestablished right after like, was it that mission that got her into Shield? So like she would have found out like between like, what is it, like the 10 years that she was in Shield from like that point till whatever.
I still think though, how no one, I mean like meta, like us outside the movies, has asked about where Shield has been involved in any of these movies after that. Like if they came and helped out in whatchamacallit, in Age of Ultron, where were they in Civil War? Where were they in Infinity War? Where were they in Endgame? Like, those are big Earth events. Where was Shield during this whole time?
That's a good question.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
I mean, how fast can Shield? Because you got to remember, the Shield operatives are just regular ass government agents. Like, they're not. Like, there's some people that have special abilities, but like Doctor Strange is teleporting people halfway across the world. Like,
he could have teleported a bunch of helicarriers there, and
an alien came down out of nowhere, attacked New York City. Avengers were on it. They were like, "All right, cool. We're not doing anything against this guy that has a fucking hook for an arm or whatever." And the other guy that controls shit with his mind.
It could be like LB says, because she's like, while Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. isn't canon anymore, they were constantly struggling to get things back up and running and always had a smaller team. So maybe it's just a smaller team of just Nick Fury and what's her name?
Just running the helicarrier
Maria.
by themselves.
Maybe. It could be something like that. I don't know.
I know. They do have all the Skrulls, too, on their side, like, up in space, working on that one space carrier. Mm-hmm. So...
Oh, that's right. So no, Shield is around, but in smaller groups, because we forgot Spider-Man. Shield was in that, and Far From Home, but it was only a small group. But it was just a small group of them. So, so that's probably what it is. They're not
getting the numbers.
Yeah, they got to get the numbers back up.
So
okay,
that explains why they weren't around.
Mystery solved, everybody. Mystery solved.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Back to the point. How did you guys like Black Widow?
It was all right. It was okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It wasn't a bad movie. It was just like it's a good movie late on the execution, because that should have came out right after.
Way long ago. Yes, it should have come out
right after that. But it was a solid movie, and it sucks that these actors, because I know it's not just ScarJo dealing with this type of stuff. It's other actors dealing with this shit too with their movies. Like I forgot who said
What movies?
something
What do you
about
mean?
John Krasinski's doing the same thing, I guess, for A Quiet Place 2, and Emma Stone
Wait,
is like
doing
having
what?
their own,
So
like
John,
suing
what he's
the,
not saying, yeah,
like,
John
Suing
Krasinski
them.
is
Oh,
suing, what is it, Paramount? Squiggles put
it
it
might
in
be
chat,
Paramount.
but over them releasing it on streaming as well at the same time as they released it on the movie theaters, because it's
yeah.
cutting profit from these people, you know.
Yeah.
And I believe LB in chat also said that ScarJo put up some of her own money to get this thing. You know, she was executive producer. You
Yeah,
gotta get your money back, right?
It feels like, I don't know, a super slap in the face to her because like her character was so poorly written in all the movies. Like she was just there to be like eye candy. And then finally we get a movie after how many years? Like 10 years? She finally gets her own movie. It's going to be the only movie that she's ever going to get. That's just her too. That actually goes into her character. And she gets ripped off by the money. There's a contract.
She didn't get the full
Yes.
Iron Man, Thor.
Yeah, she never got the full I feel like MCU treatment like everybody else got.
She got the Disney Plus treatment.
Yeah,
That's what she got.
And it's like it sucks too because Shang-Chi, they're gonna have him like be released in theaters, and then I think like was it a month later they're gonna put it on Disney Plus. They didn't do that with Black Widow. They should have at least done that for her.
COVID was a thing.
I would rather see Shang-Chi on Disney Plus.
I'm really excited for that one.
I mean, I'm excited for it too, just because the characters are going to be in it and stuff like that. But I can Disney Plus it. I can, you know.
I know they should. I just feel like because like it was part of her contract and everything, like for it to be like, you know, theater exclusive, like obviously we can't control anything with COVID. We couldn't plan for anything like this. They should have like done something to like help her out so she wouldn't have lost as much money as like she was initially promised.
Yeah. Because she probably tried to do that thing where she makes money based off ticket sales, which is like, I think they take a lower, like big portion and then they work that contract out to get a portion from the sales.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, just judging from, if you release on something else, but you didn't specify in a contract, like I feel like she's justified for wanting to sue, like everything, because it's fucked up for sure. But I feel like it's such a legal loophole that I feel like she's gonna get screwed at the end, and it sucks. Maybe. It sucks just because, like, I don't know. I feel like contracts have to be very specific in the wording.
Yeah, they get lawyers and everything that comb over these type of things before they even let other people sign it, and then you have your lawyers come over it before you sign it and stuff like that. So yeah, they definitely.
It's messed up, but like the shitty part is like I don't know if it's true. I mean, obviously I got secondhand information, but I heard that her people try to reach out to Disney to renegotiate stuff, and then before like any of the lawsuit stuff, and they just kind of like brushed it off. They didn't really like want to negotiate because they were trying to figure out like how the release was going to happen. And so like they were trying to work everything out, all the details out, but they just ended up throwing it on Disney Plus without talking it over with her, and then that's why we're in this situation.
And we get these things. J. Rick Shane Chad says they're going to settle and nothing will come of it. I can see something like that happening.
Yeah, I can see that.
Squiggles in chat says, do you remember back in the early 2010s when actors went on strike because they didn't make any money from streaming? This will be the same. It was the same thing like DVD sales for when writers didn't make money off the DVD sales when that was early on. And we had this big Blu-ray and DVD booms where everybody was buying like, oh, I got the box set of Seinfelds. Well, the writers are not getting anything for that, you know, but they were getting paid while they were working on the show type of situation. I think that's what led to the writer's strike. And America saw how important writers were for a while.
Yeah.
Like, we had some stinkers that came out.
It ruined Heroes.
It ruined Heroes, yes.
My Name is Earl.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, that last season, like how they wrapped it up, it didn't make sense. It was so dumb. It was super terrible, and it was a shame because that show was actually really fun.
Yeah, they ruined a lot of things, and I think that was the first time in my life when I watched something I was like, wow, writers are really, really important because this sucks.
Oh, brother, these guys stink.
And it was just like new people coming out of college that are just like, oh, I can get into the business now. Like, fine, they're on strike. Hire you then, Ted. And Ted got in there and just washed everything, just messed it all up. Ted. Well, yeah. Dang. So, but yeah, hopefully going forward, this will set a benchmark for other actors to be like, hey, to be aware of this thing, because we saw little articles that said, what was there? Emma Stone is thinking about suing about Cruella. Yeah. So
yeah, that movie was okay. I saw that.
Wow. I thought it was going to be a great cinematic masterpiece about why a person hates dogs so much.
I could hear the sarcasm in your voice. Like, much sarcasm.
I am being 110% sarcastic.
See, I do it.
So
hold it.
So there it is. I don't know. I didn't care about that movie anyway. What was the other one we watched? Did we talk about Fear Street?
Fear Street. No, we haven't talked about Fear Street yet.
So Fear Street was a whole trilogy that came out. I watched 1 and 2. Well, because I watched 1 and 2 twice. I watched. I watched,
you watched it with Emma.
Yeah. It did not get better the second time around.
What? So, but you don't like horror films, so it's like, I don't know. I feel like Steven's the middle ground. Like, you really don't like horror films. Me, I love horror films, and Steven, I think you're just okay with them.
Yeah, like it's not my first choice, but yeah, I'll watch them.
But I have a reason why I don't like horror films, because horror films, in my opinion, are never about the story. It's about how monster A can kill random cannon fodder A, B, and C. And
it's because you've watched bad horror films. I can recommend you some good ones that are more just focused on the story.
So there are only a few exceptions, in my opinion, to these rules where that is. Hereditary is one.
Yeah, never seen it.
That is mainly focused on there. I don't think I've seen Midsommar. Yeah, no, I haven't. I've just seen a bunch of clips from it.
Florence is in it.
But what is the connection between those two? Isn't that the exact same director?
It's the same director, yeah.
So it's him then, or her. That's who's the thing. They're the good in that. But as a whole genre, I just think a lot of them are like, what else would you recommend? Before I go
The Ritual, Vivarium, those two right there.
They're
both like fairly newer ones.
The Ritual was creepy because that was the one on Netflix, right? With the dudes in the forest. Yeah.
It was kind of like Descendant and Blair Witch Project put together. So
yeah.
I really love that one. Steven, I actually think you'd like that too, because like it kind of goes into like Norse mythology and a little bit,
and Native American mythology too, with the Wendigo.
Well, no, it wasn't Native American because they were in America. They were like in.
I know, but like that was a Wendigo, wasn't it?
No, it was a god.
Oh, I thought it was a Wendigo.
Trust me, green.
If you look, because it had the antlers and all that type of stuff. It looked like a Wendigo.
Oh no! In Norse mythology, there's I forget the god's name, but they have a lot of their creatures have antlers too.
It's all the same. There's dragons on every continent. We have the same dragon. Sure. It's all the same.
But that's a really good one. Vivarium is really good too. That one actually was released in 2020, so it's a fairly new one. That story is very like unsettling, creepy. I wouldn't say it's like jump scare or anything, but
I will disagree with you on Vivarium. I had to Google that again to see what it was. It's the one with freaking Lex Luthor. That is trash.
Yes. You watched it?
Yes.
It's so good.
That is so high quality garbage is what that one was.
How did you not like that?
That one should be watched with blindfolds and
wow.
ears.
Okay, what about
Get
Out?
your ear.
What about Get Out or Us? I know they're both written by the same person.
I wouldn't qualify Get Out as a horror movie though.
Is it like a thriller?
I'd say maybe a thriller, yeah, but I wouldn't even.
Suspense.
Us is a horror film.
Us is a horror film too. That was fine, but again, there was. I mean, if you really look at like the story, and then like he writes things where you got to kind of watch them twice. Or he directs things where you watch it twice to kind of find the secrets and the little things that you missed the first time around type of situation.
Ari, the guy that did Hereditary and Midsommar, is kind of the same.
Exactly. Those I think those are different people in the genre that actually do different, things good enough to kind of have a saving grace in that genre, as opposed to like every other genre that you can think of that has like a bunch of good ones in the genre, and they're not defined by the people or those movies that are their highlights, like Jason or Freddy or Michael Myers.
Those are slasher movies. Those aren't about the story at all. They're they're exactly about what you said that you don't like about horror movies. Yeah. But those are like more like 80s slasher films. So yeah, I get that, because that's actually my least favorite genre. The only one that I really do like that's like slasher is Scream. So, but it's because they're making fun of those slasher movies.
I didn't like Scream.
I wouldn't say they're making fun of them. I think they're just trying to take the trope and like.
Yeah, I wouldn't say like necessarily making fun, but they're like poking at it a little bit. Like
yeah. Well, you have what's his name? Jamie Kennedy's character. Is it the second one or the first one? He's in both of them.
He's in both of them. Yeah.
That pokes fun at that genre.
Mm-hmm. Bird Box is another good story.
No, it's not. Sandra Bullock, is that the one you're talking about?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I wasn't feeling that one either.
I would say Quiet Place is pretty good.
Quiet Place is good, but there's so many plot holes in that. So many.
I fell asleep multiple times. I want to get to Monkey D. Meeples in chat, because he said Hereditary is more of a family drama about grief with horror elements. And it's
still in the horror genre. There's so many different variants of horror genre, and I feel like people, like, this is my pet peeve because I love them so much. They're like, oh, that didn't scare me, so it's not a scary movie. I was like, it's still part of the horror genre. Like, it's still like playing on those dark elements, those creepiness. Like, I wouldn't call it a comedy, would you?
Psychological.
Kinda. I mean, the way the boy was smashing his head into the table, that was pretty funny.
No. Terrible.
Is it not? Was it not?
If BoJack Horseman is a comedy, then Hereditary is a horror.
Why wouldn't BoJack Horseman be a comedy?
Because it's depressing as fuck.
But it is a comedy.
Comedy is depressing.
It's very depressing. It's like Bo Burnham's Inside. It's just very like,
that was boring as hell.
No, was it? How dare you?
I got through 10 minutes and shut it off because I was, I shut up because I was just like, all right, is this all? This guy's just, all right, well, let's scroll. Let's start swiping. We catch some Pokemon.
That's Bo Burnham's style, is singing.
It's just like, I'm done.
Wow.
I'll get all the music on TikTok. I'll be fine. Like, I don't need to watch. I don't even watch what I lived.
I'm gonna. I don't know, a comedian that sings most of the time. I can't think of one that that is interesting to me. So
yeah, I mean, he's like the only one that does sing that I know of. So.
So yeah,
but Fear Street.
I was about to say, to get back to the movie that we were talking about. Geez,
we keep going on tangents. Today is a tangent podcast.
That's good. Yeah. It's fine. It's fine.
Yeah. Would you guys rewatch it? Recommend it? Which one was your favorite out of the three?
I would recommend the second one. I would recommend watching the second one, but I feel like even if you watch the second one, since it's connected, you have to watch the other ones. Because the first one got me in, I was like, okay, this is kind of a Goonies type of thing with the characters. And then the third act, no, not even the third act, just the ending ruined it all for me. Like, it did. I'm sorry. It ruined it for me. I was like,
the third movie or just
no, the first one, the first ending, because the characters that I grew attached to and wanted to see come together as a group, they just axed. Like they were like, and then not even in like it was like for shocking,
Oh, 1,000% was for just shock value. They were throwaway characters, and I could tell that from the beginning, to be honest.
And then the plot holes with everything, like
Mhm.
these villains are only going after people that have the blood or have the blood on them and stuff like that. But I was like, well, they killed just a whole bunch of other people earlier that had nothing to do with the blood, and it was like, oh well, it was because they were in the way. Is that what you're about to say?
It's because they either had the blood on them because they were nurses and doctors, so they probably had some part of blood. And then for the boyfriend, he was part of that car accident, so I think that guy and their friend, which they never showed because there was two guys and that chick in the car that crashed into her site. So their friend should have died too, but they never showed him or mentioned him again.
It's called a plot hole, is what it's
called.
Is, yeah.
That's called getting lucky.
Yes.
Survive.
Steven, what do you think?
I've recommended all three. Yeah, because it was a fun little series for what it was.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like I enjoyed it. I did enjoy it because it did feel like I was gonna say like a Goosebumps movie, but more like towards adults. Like because have you seen the Goosebumps movie with Jack? Was it Jack Black?
I have not.
No, I only watched
that's okay. Like it's not a bad movie, but it's more like towards the kids because Goosebumps is more closer to the kids. But I think so is Fear Street, right? But they just matured this.
Yeah, it's
matured it big time.
Young
Fear Street
teenagers.
was for. I feel like Fear Street was for people who grew up with Goosebumps, Are You Afraid of the Dark, and all that type of stuff, and just the R.L. Stine books in general. And it was just a matured version of that for people who grew up with those type of things, so you can get nostalgia. And because I got a lot of nostalgia watching it, so I think that's why I liked it so much.
Yeah,
apparently the soundtrack was really good for the people of the 90s. At least.
Yeah, I would say, the soundtrack was really great. The first one I feel was okay, but it got me interested in the series. The second one was absolutely my favorite, and I can see where you're coming from, where you have to watch it as a series to watch the second one. But I feel like if you just ignore the beginning part and the ending and you just focus on the story where they take you back to the 70s, you could watch that as a solo movie on its own.
Yeah, it's just a summer camp movie, which is
great. And they explain the witch and everything in it too. So I feel like you could totally skip the first one, and the third one killed the series for me. I did not like that one, and I didn't like the ending. And I feel like the ending I thought of would have been way better.
How was the acting in the series, says King Chris from chat. I didn't recognize any people in the trailers. The acting...
I feel like the acting was good. There was two people from Stranger Things in it, though they had Robin from Stranger Things. She died right away.
That's right.
Max with red hair.
That's right. I forgot all about Robin in the beginning.
Ahoy?
Yeah. Yes. She forever works in a mall. She will never work any other place.
Good for her getting work.
The acting, King Chris, to get to that one, the third movie really highlights how bad the acting was.
The acting was good until that,
because they try to do accents, everybody try to do these accents or whatever, and it was what are you guys doing? That's horrible.
The wigs.
But see, that's the first half though.
I didn't like the ending. I didn't like how it wrapped up. It showed so many plot holes for it.
Yeah.
Okay. I could tell you my ending and you say
what was your ending? What was your ending? I'm very interested now.
Okay, so because in the third one, spoilers alert, when she puts the hand back with the body, she gets basically transported back in time, but what she's doing is she's reliving Sarah Fier's memories. So she is Sarah Fierce, and then everybody that's been in the movie so far is recasted as people in that village. What I thought and I hoped for, it wasn't her reliving the memories, is that she was actually transported back to that time and she was Sarah and everyone saw her as Sarah. And basically she had to go through the same events and being ridiculed and I don't know, people trying to blame her for witchcraft and just doing terrible things to her, so that she had to make the choice if she wanted to put the curse on the town or if she wanted to break the cycle. And because all the things were so terrible, she got so mad that she would continue on that cycle of putting the curse back onto the town. And so when at the very end, when they kill her and everything, in the olden times, you see her body in present time just kind of like frozen, and then you see Sam come up behind her and kill her, and then she's done. Like
I would have
that.
hated that.
I would have loved it. I love.
Pissed. Like,
No,
so
I love
we
it.
watched all this for nothing. It's a
I like
cycle?
that. Yeah, the cycle continues. Nobody broke it.
Now,
The town is forever cursed.
Then why did I waste my time watching this?
I love stuff like that. I love it. Just like sad, depressing ending.
I hate those endings so much.
I like the ending of Mass Effect. I liked it.
That's why. Yeah, that's why it's so.
I never said I hated
terrible.
the ending of Mass Effect, but anyway, that's a different thing. No, it would have been.
I thought it was a good ending.
I would have been fine. I would have been fine with like them just resurrecting the witch, but it definitely just turns. You know what I mean? Like without, I don't really want to spoil a lot.
Oh, I already.
We've
spoiled
already
it,
spoiled
so.
everything.
Yeah, I mean, kind of, but it's like one half. Like I would have just the resurrection would have been, I think, a better plot point to where you get a physical monster. You know what I mean?
Yeah, if they went for more of a monster movie, I feel like that would have been better. But I do like those depressing, lose all hope endings. I think those are good.
You gotta have. Dumb. That's why. And to even go back to your Mass Effect ending thing, that's why I didn't like the Mass Effect ending, the original one, the original all good, quote unquote Mass Effect ending. Yeah, it was cool.
Fair, I didn't play Mass Effect 3 until they did the update and they added the third option, the third ending, and that's the one I got.
But the third ending was what was the third ending? Because they had three originally. There was the blue, red, and green one.
They only had two originally, and then after they did like an update and everything, it added the Citadel DLC. They added the third ending, and the third ending is when they merge organics with the cybernetics, so everybody lives.
I thought that was already in there.
I got that.
Yeah, because I got that in there. Yeah, that was the one that I got.
Oh, everyone told me that was the one that they added.
No, the thing that they added was that old. Yeah, they added that old man and his grandson and explaining crap at the end of everything. That's what they added. That BS. Well, then I guess I know nothing. Because I was like, I got that. I was going to say,
ending. I thought it was good.
Like, that ending right there, the beginning of that, I was like, that's fine. You can merge organics and the robots and stuff like that. And okay, we got this whole big merge thing. But the thing that I disliked about it was they blew up all the mass relay. No, I didn't even care about Shepard dying. They blew up all the mass relays everywhere. So like, so it cut off vast majorities of the universe from each other. So like, if you and your family just happen to be on vacation away from each other and the mass relays blow up, you're just stuck on the other side of the galaxy without knowing how to rebuild that technology anymore. You have to work your way back up to learning how to build that again, if you can even do that. So it might be your entire lifetime. So I'm like, you just cut off everybody in the whole thing. So yeah, it was literally like King Chris said, and surprise, you're never going home. I was like, yeah, that's kind of whack.
Yeah, it'll be like Star Trek Voyager. It's fine.
Except for some people aren't prepared out there to be Star Trek Voyager. They were just out there because they thought they had a cool Uber lift back home, but then you went and destroyed all of them. So I was like,
I mean, if technology ended right now, it'd be the same concept.
Exactly.
Somebody's
so
far away anyway.
That was the only thing that I didn't like, but I was like, everything else that's kind of fine. Like it was just that one little.
Gotcha. Well, I mean that makes sense.
I didn't like having to sacrifice myself. I thought that was dumb.
I kind of liked it. I thought it was good, but it's like I also like that.
No, I'm Paragon, baby.
A Paragon all the way, except for when you have to avenge Thane. Always renegade.
Oh no, I killed the council. As one time I went renegade. Ooh. And they're like, save the council and we'll lose a bunch of people. I was like, well, ignore them. Let's continue the fight.
Nice.
Boom.
I saved the council every single time. Yeah.
Nah, they did.
I mean, I would go back and forth. I was just like, they're fine. They're both assholes. So.
Yeah, because you literally do get kind of the same council whenever you let them die. You kind of get the same group of people no matter what. I just looked at cutscenes. The Turks and the Quarian on Earth are screwed. Exactly.
I think she meant Turians, not Turks.
Oh, the Turians, yes. The Turians and the Quarians. And the Quarians, for sure. Because they're the ones that are on the big ship, right? They have their own.
They're on like several ships, yeah.
Like their own floating flotilla. Is that what it's called? I think that was.
Well, I mean, technically, they're not. They have their homeworld if you help them in the end.
Oh yeah, you're right. You are right. They do have their own homeworld if you do that, they do have their own homeworld. But some of them like ship off to do their journey thing or whatever. They like,
yeah.
What's it called? What it's called? It's like the Amish.
Yeah,
pilgrimage. It's a pilgrimage.
Pilgrimage, yeah,
pilgrimage, yeah.
What if I was out on my pilgrimage, off in deep space, and all of a sudden Shepard's doing his thing, and then boom, I can't go back home anymore.
Well, it looks like you got to start a Quarian colony there, buddy.
By myself. That means I got to research diseases that I have because I can't.
You're the only one on that ship.
Exactly.
Huh? The only one piloting the ship.
I'm the only Quarian. I'm the only Quarian. And as we know, Quarians can't just go and, reproduce with any old body. So
they can't even take off their mask or anything.
Exactly. They're not as sorry, So
they'll be a sorry when they take off that helmet.
All right, you're going to jail. You are in jail.
It's my time.
Oh,
it's
my
God.
time
down here.
Oh, man. I was about to make that joke, and I saw you do it. I was like, go for it, Steven. Go for it.
Yes, I did it. Yes.
Thank you for listening. Thank you for listening to the last episode of Before You Log Off. I'm suing for more harassment. This has become now.
I had to deal with your guys' bullshit, and I gave you quality. That's what I gave you.
What do you mean, your guys? What are you putting crap over here for?
Because you did the same BS.
I did not. Wow, you just gonna sip into your mic?
Yep. Jeez. Yep. Everybody's listening to that ASMR.
Anyway, what else are we missing? Have we hit everything? Are we talking a little bit about Blizzard and their terribleness?
Ooh, God damn it, man.
So
what
here's
is
the
wrong
thing
with people? Like, what the fuck, dude?
Here's
this whole
thing.
situation.
Quick
I'm
recap
not surprised,
for people.
but I'm disappointed.
I'm not even surprised or disappointed. It's just like.
Well, you're not disappointed at them being shitty?
I knew they were.
So you're like, yeah, go.
No, I don't support them for doing it. But if I'm going to say I'm not disappointed, then that means I just wasn't surprised by their actions. I knew that, like, you know what? You know why
the world's shitty.
You know why I'm not surprised by any more of these in this geek space? Because I thought the safe space was the Smash Brothers community, and I was drastically wrong with that. So now anything that comes after that, I'm like, okay, yeah. I think every freaking gaming company is just terrible then. Like, when Riot was the first one to come out and everybody, I was like, yeah, I get it. Their community is crap. Their company is crap. Duh. I get it.
So terrible.
So when Smash Brothers came out, which I thought everybody was just like all gravy there, because it's Nintendo and, it's usually geared towards your teenage to youth. When I heard about all the toxicity in that, I was like, what the hell? Like,
but
what's
the thing
next?
Is, like,
Pokemon?
Pokemon, no. But the thing is, like, I guess
stuff in Pokemon.
No, don't say that.
Read the description.
I guess I'm not surprised. That like Blizzard doesn't treat women well, but the fact that California, the state of California, were like, you know what? No, Riot, you're kind of okay, but Blizzard, we're going to investigate you for like 2 years and we're going to sue you. The fact that they didn't do that with like Riot or another company, like that we've already heard like all the terrible things about, it surprises me how bad it is at Blizzard, I guess.
Where's Riot? Is Riot in America?
I think so, right?
I thought Riot was overseas.
I think they're just owned by a company that's overseas, because they're owned by Tencent, right?
Oh, they are. Yeah, they're.
But I don't know where their headquarters is.
They might be overseas. Don't quote me on that. Nope, it's an American video game development publisher.
We'll see. Yeah, no, it's like I don't know.
Santa Monica. So
yeah,
I don't know why they didn't. I don't know. They probably ratted on Blizzard. Go for the big fish and let the little fish go is what happened.
Did you read the fucking shit that like happened with like?
I read the whole.
Yeah.
I read the whole freaking document, the court document. You can find it online.
I read
it's
one
ridiculous.
situation and I was like, I'm done with this. That like whole thing like should have never happened.
Yeah.
Ever.
But
it's really disgusting.
It's crazy how, because I mean, we're on the outside of it, of course. So
imagine how much worse it is on the inside.
Like, yeah, we're only hearing secondhand type of situation. It probably is worse on the, straight up. But I always think about like these situations and like putting myself in these type of situations, and I was like, there's no way that I could, like, I have never worked with more than, maybe more than one female coworker at the time, and they were usually my boss always. Now that I think about it, I think yes. They've always just kind of been my bosses,
Hashtag girl boss. What?
And but to think of the things that they were doing that they said in these, these documents or whatever, I was like, there's no way that could happen around like without me saying something and being fired. Like, I don't know, I have no idea how other men could just let that slide around and not say like one other thing. Like it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Fast forward to this clip being played at my trial. I have not done anything, Your Honor. I have not
yet.
It's always people.
My BYLO's being sued.
Yeah, it's always people.
Don't put this on TikTok.
Comes back.
Don't put that on TikTok, please. Like, I understand you get clips. Don't put that shit on TikTok.
We have a TikTok, everybody. Just in case you didn't know, we have a TikTok now where we've been putting up things. We've been putting up things, little dating advice, a little.
Wow.
I mean,
they're just roasting me. Like, all the videos are my quotes taken out of context or making fun of my puns because they're like, this girl ain't funny.
Hold on, because she said one time when I was making a TikTok, she was like, I was like, I'm gonna put this TikTok up, this Jar Jar Binks one. And she was like, no, you're taking my words out of context. I'm like, I'm putting the whole entire clip from the beginning of you speaking to the end of you speaking in a full, complete thought and sentence. I'm not taking anything and cutting it up out of context. You said what you said about Jar Jar Binks. That's it.
I said the show made him less annoying, but he was still annoying. And then you guys keep saying, they're like, wow, Yuli, you said Jar Jar Binks was good. But no, that man is trash.
No, all I did, when you guys follow us on TikTok, you will see the TikTok. I said nothing of the sort. All I did was look a certain way and was judged.
I know, but like after it, you keep referencing that I say he was a good character. And I'm like, that's not true. Not true.
Also, do not take dumps and showers, everybody.
Unless there's a toilet in there. Unless there's a toilet in there.
Not even. Not even if there's a toilet in there.
No waffle stomping in.
No.
It won't be waffle stomping if there's a toilet in there.
That's
it's gross. It's gross.
You guys gotta watch the TikTok. It was a vandal I saw.
Jeez,
She had a toilet in her shower, and I was like, "Wow, living the dream, pooping and showering."
Pooping in the shower.
I said pooping and showering at the same time.
The subtitles.
Not poop in the shower.
Okay, but if you say, there's a difference. But when you say pooping and showering at the same time, what does that lead everybody to believe? If I'm saying I'm eating and vomiting at the same time, what do you think I'm doing? Eating my vomit.
But I'm not saying poop in the shower itself. I say poop in the toilet that's in the shower. That's
then you're pooping in the shower.
But it's going to a different area. It's not going to the bottom of the drain.
You're sounding like George from Seinfeld when he peed in the shower. Talking about it's all pipes. It's going to the same spot. No.
What happens if it
Rachel.
overflows, Rachel?
It's her
if
fault.
If that toilet gets clogged and it just rises up.
Because that poor plumber that you call to come in there and be like...
No, it was a van build, so it was one of those compostable toilets.
Ma'am, were you taking a dump in your shower here? I don't get paid enough to fix this stuff. What are you doing?
Oh, my gosh.
I'm going to have to leave this job. Ma'am. I can't help you. Buy some Drano or something. That's gross. It's gross. Good Lord.
Man, there's just a whole log right here.
Jeez.
It's blocking your toilet. It's caught on all the hair that's in the drain, and for some reason you drew a pattern of a picture with your hair on the wall.
You got to cut down on the protein.
Wait, do you not draw a picture with your hair on the wall of the shower?
No.
Well, you don't have hair.
No, even when I had a fro, I still didn't.
Yeah, you pull it off, you put it on there,
you don't have to pull it off, Rachel.
Yeah, it falls out.
Ladies, so all your hair just comes out and attaches itself to the walls.
You know what,
it's
Rachel?
Just automatic.
You're telling a whole lot about yourself tonight. I just want you to know. I just want you to know.
Take it or leave it.
Okay. You know what? I respect that. I respect that.
TikTok.
I respect that. I respect that a lot. So yeah, there we go. You know what? That's a good low note to end it on right there. That's a good.
Oh my god, I was turning so red.
I don't know if anybody will ever listen to us after this, but hey, there's that, everybody. So again, we have a TikTok now. Oh yeah, what? You got something?
Wait.
Yeah,
Wait.
Harassment is bad. Blizzard is bad.
What?
Oh, that makes me sad. I had a whole bunch of puns lined up for tonight.
Ah, darn. And you know what? I was actually ready to listen to every single one of those.
Sorry, Rachel, we don't have time for your puns tonight.
Yeah, sorry, next week. Yeah. Thanks for listening. Steven, is anything you want to say before we log off?
No, we're not being sued. That was.
Wait, I have one. I remember.
You wait your turn.
Yeah.
You wait your turn.
For the love of God, Aaron, just end it, please. Joe, you have to do a filibuster and just keep talking and end everything. God damn it. All right.
What is it called when friends kill each other? Homicide.
I don't even want to hear this. I don't even want to hear
get
this.
it out. She could barely get it out.
Homicide. Get it? Because homicide, homie.
All right. Thank you for watching, everybody. I'm sorry. I apologize. I don't even know what to say.
You know what?
That's it.
I'm throwing water in my face because that was disrespect. And I just feel like that was just disrespect. And yeah,
that's it.
Thank you. You're my favorite chatter.
That was ridiculous.
For the internationally known Steven Gutierrez, toughest stones, Rachel. I'm Sir Aaron Carter saying that is enough internet for today.